right, all right, all right. Welcome, welcome, everybody. It's the day, it's the time. It is the time, and I'm so glad you're here because, yes, you want to grow your business. You want to make sure you live life on your terms. And most importantly, you want to take this opportunity, which is the best opportunity ever on the planet. I was just finishing off doing some statistics again, as I always do. The business of coaching and consulting has grown, ladies and gentlemen, by more than $22 billion in the corona era. $22 billion. That is why you should care. Most importantly, why you should start your own business. So welcome, welcome. And yes, the only reason you're here is because, number one, you are looking for a way out. You're looking to build. You're looking to become better. You're looking to say, hey, how can I take what I know? How can I take my knowledge? How can I do something with my knowledge from a coaching consulting business so that I can also not just have an impact, but make money, okay? Be able to live the life that you want, go to the places that you want to go to, all right? So I am so glad you're here. It is going to be epic. And just to check in, I see a lot of faces. I'm just checking in to make sure everybody is on board. Please feel free, by the way, to drop us some questions in the chat. At a certain stage, I'll be answering all those. Some familiar faces, Stalin, Sonia, all the amazing people. So guess what? We're just going to rock and roll because we don't have a lot of time. I just want to give you everything that you need to be able to build your business, to be able to say, you know what? I can also get what I know and be able to craft something for myself and build a long-term business, okay? I want to emphasize immediately, this is not a get-rich-quick kind of situation. No, this is not going to work for you if you're looking for get-rich-quick, if you're looking for a magic wand, if you just want to, get something quickly and make some money quickly and then run. No. This is for people who want to build businesses long term. This is for people who care about their message, who care about what they want to achieve going forward. So you are welcome. Now, I am a lot like you guys, okay? And I'll tell you why. I am so much in the realm of wanting to make things better for myself and my family, okay? And I don't know about you, but almost 14, 15 years ago, okay? I was in that position where I will confess right now, I thought I was a great public speaker, okay? I thought I was a great public speaker. I had done all the courses, I had all the certifications, and I had a lot of people who told me that I was good, okay? I had a lot of people, I used to walk around thinking, yeah, Phill, the motivation speaker, and I had a lot of those guys who were telling me, yeah, you're good, but guess what? I was broke. Okay, I was so broke, it's unbelievable. And I'll tell you where it really hit me. Around the time where I was, I just become one of those guys who everybody was kind of listening to, but the wrong people were listening to me. That's number one. Number two, it was the people who were never going to pay me. All right. So I am a famous broke public speaker. And at that time, I'd also got when you get famous, I was at that age where it was now time to get a girlfriend, to get a wife. And it so happened that at that time, my wife was in the hospital to give birth to my son. Okay, and yours truly, wakes up in the night, she's ready to go, and if it is the first time, you don't know how to deal with it. I don't know about you guys, but man, the first time she's like, okay, the waters have broken. You know what? I'm thinking, okay, what do you do? Anyway, quickly we jump into the car, drive her to the hospital. She goes in and boom, everything happens. There's a much longer story, which I'll tell you exactly what happened in the room where she gave birth, because I was there. But most importantly, after she gave birth, the nurses and who were congratulating us and stuff like that. And as I walked out to get some fresh air, there was a nurse who was putting some information into a computer. And I happened to glance a little bit and saw the bill of what it was going to take us. And because we're going to stay there for an extra day, I saw a bill. And then I realized, oh, I've got to multiply that by 2 to know what I had to pay. And when I looked at it, it was a real life-changing bulb light on moment. Because I looked at that bill and I couldn't afford it. But I was a famous public speaker who was broke. So when I see some of the people, most of my avatar are people who are in that position where they know stuff. They know a lot of information, but they haven't monetized it to the level where they can begin to attract not just the right people, but make money so that they can feed their families. Now, this is why you must take this more important than anything else. Number one, it is possible for you to build. It is possible for you to start from wherever you are. It doesn't matter, okay? Because if I tell you some of the stuff, some of the things that I went through to get to where I'm at, you would be surprised. If I, some of you have seen my before and after picture, okay? My before, where I was born and what Christmas looked like for us, and what a good life looks like vis-a-vis where I'm at now and what I can do and the impact I've been able to have. There's no way you could have been able to tell those many years ago. Why? Because I got to a stage where I got sick and tired of the situation. I had to change something. I had to do something. So in my pursuit of wanting to do something better, bigger for others and for myself, I began a journey of discovering what is it that makes a difference? What is it that I wanted to do? Yes, I was a public speaker, but in what? I'll tell you that I used to do all kinds of public speaking, everything. If they called you to do public speaking for kids, I was there. If they called you to do public speaking for motivation speech for plumbers, I was there. If it was pregnant women, I was there. And it was a generalist. I was one of those guys that Zig Ziglar calls a generalist, okay? A wandering generality rather than a meaningful specific. Why? It is because I hadn't yet gotten to that level of understanding that the opportunity was that you got to take what you have and then you got to refine it and then pick where you're going to shine and then go after it like crazy. So what happened was when I was at the hospital, and I was in that position where I realized, damn, I'm going to have to call somebody to give me some money. I'm going to have to call somebody to give me some money to pay for this bill. Yet I am supposed to be the famous, the amazing public speaker. I don't know if you relate, but that was a really, really, really tough time for me. So I said, you know what? This is the last time this is going to happen to me. I know all this stuff. I have done all the courses. By the way, by that time, I'd attended so many courses. I'd done Robbins, I'd done Zig Ziglar, I'd done, what's his name? I'd done my NLP, I'd done hypnosis, I'd done all of it. I'd attended Les Brown, I'd done my NLP to trainer level, all kinds of things I'd done, okay? But guess what? With all this information, I was broke. And that is where I wanted us to start, because that is when I realized that, you know what, it is not how much you know, it is what you do with what you know. It is how you get what you do, synthesize it, and then be able to craft something out of it and get it out there to the people who can pay you. I want to emphasize that, who can pay you. A couple of things that I learned very, very quickly. Was that, number one, it is not what you know that makes a difference. It is what you do with what you know that makes a difference. That was the first thing that I got, okay? Number two, I also realized that how famous you are has nothing to do with how much money you make. I want you to really get that. How famous you are, how many likes you have, how many, people tell you they love you has nothing to do with how much money you make. Okay, and this is the first thing. The first secret I learned is that you must build a tribe of people who are your avatar, a tribe of people who can actually pay you. And that comes from you understanding the power of what I'm going to share with you today, because when you get it, the opportunity is amazing. Like I said to you, 20 billion in 2 years, 20 billion, and it is just growing. Why? Many people right now are looking for people to help them out. They're looking for your information. They're looking for you to support them. They're looking for you to coach them. They're looking for your product. They're looking for so much stuff. And the quicker, the easier, most importantly, the person with the most congruent offer is the person who's going to make the most money. Now, I'll also tell you that the reason why I started with, if you're looking for a quick something, it's not going to work for you, is because when you look at all the people who are really making it big in this industry, they have been around for a long time. Most importantly, they have built a tribe. They have built a group of people who are fanatical fans. And I want you to really understand that. Yes, you might be able to make some what we call beginner's luck, where you make some quick money from putting out something out there and people jump in because they're desperate. But long term, look, you make more money from the longevity of how many relationships you create. There's more money in a relationship that you build, because this is what T. Harv Eker says. T. Harv Eker says, get the people into your system and then make so many good products so that as they get rich, you two can get rich, and then both of you can make a difference. That means it's a long-term situation. That's why when people come to me and say, Coach, I want something quick, I say, no, I don't have anything quick. You have to put your head down. You have to want to serve. You have to want to make a difference, okay? And that is why I'm excited about this opportunity to share it with you. Most importantly, to give you everything that you need to know to get things done. Now, there is also a saying, okay? Somewhere on my wall, I have it everywhere. It says, execution means stop talking and take action. Everything I share with you is about taking action. It's about you doing what you have to do. All right. So what are the top things, 5 steps that you must take for you to grow your business? Okay. For you to start and win. It is a boot camp. The reason we said a boot camp is about action. There's no wasting time. There's no talking about, there's no theory. You do exactly what I share with you, and boom, in less than 90 days, if you follow what I'm saying to you and you put in the work, we will have a different conversation thereafter. Okay, so here are your 4 steps. Okay, and yes, I added 1 step, and it is important. That 1 step is very important. Okay, I hope you guys can see it up there. This 1 step here is the most important. But let's first start with the first one here is get what we call quality attention, which translates into good traffic. There's a guy called Dan Kennedy. He said the person who's willing to pay the most to grab the clients is a person who wins at the end of the day. Quality attention, quality traffic. If you are advertising and you're trying to sell snow to an Eskimo, it doesn't matter how much you sell, they're never going to buy because it's plenty for them right there. So you must have quality attention. That means people who want, people who have a desire, people who, when they look at your offer, whatever it is that you're putting out there, they really want it. Okay, it is crucial. It is actually important for you to understand that part. It's very, very important. And again, second secret that I learned is that it doesn't matter if you put out so much information. If it's going to the wrong people, you're wasting time. That is why I say it must be quality attention for you to get the right traffic. Okay, next step. Okay, that was step number 1. Step number 2, you have to nurture the traffic. When people come into you, you nurture them by building great relationships. Okay, most importantly, this positions you as an expert. Positions you as an expert. People would rather pay an expert than a coach. People would rather pay an expert than a consultant. You know, when people go around, look, the reason that they call me Coach Phill is because it's stuck, okay? But my name is Philip. I'm an expert in helping consultants and speakers to grow their businesses so that they can live an amazing life. Most importantly, have an impact long term. That is who I am. The coach thing doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter to me. What matters is, can I help you? Now, my desire is when I can go and find quality traffic is to nurture the relationships. Why? There's no one night stands, okay? You don't go and ask somebody out, take them for one meal, and the next day you're saying, can we jump in bed? It doesn't work like that. Now, once in a while, you might find somebody who is so badly off that you ask them, you put your product in front of them because they've been looking for too long, boom, they jump onto it. But guess what? If you're going to play the long-term game, okay? I had a lady who called me yesterday. She's been watching me for 4 years. 4 years, okay? Yesterday is when she was ready. What does that say? If you get quality attention and you nurture relationships by showing up every day, by giving quality every day, by doing what you ought to do to position yourself as an expert, then you're putting yourself in that position where when people are ready, they will be able to do business with you. That's why the next step is so important, where you have to make offers all the time, every time. Now, here is where we have a lot of people who have a challenge with that thing called sales, because you've probably gone into a situation where you've had some salespeople come to you and you didn't like it, okay? Or most importantly, you are afraid of sales because you're that level where you're not certain, you hate rejection. 2 things. Number 1, if you do produce an amazing product and you know it can solve somebody's problem and change their lives, then it is your obligation to sell it, period. Okay. Now, number 2, you don't have to sell it. You don't have to do a lot of selling. Okay. Do you know why? Because if you do nurture and create great relationships and position yourself. Something amazing happens here. By the way, I got this from some amazing guy. I'm going to be doing some business with him. If you do it right, you will deal with people's objections. Okay, I got to get a different color here because most of the time people haven't bought from you because of objections. Okay, right here, you deal with people's objections so that the offer is just, when can I pay? And that offer means that when you make an offer, you have to consistently tell people, I'm open for business. Okay, I have so many guys who come through and they're doing a lot of stuff, but they never ask for the deal. They never tell people I'm open for business. Okay, you must make offers. You must consistently tell people you're open for business. And when you do that, then you will get them onto the call, where they call you after doing a quick survey to make sure they are the right client. Okay, this is where you take away those, hi, we love you, but they're never going to buy, to people who are really serious. You get them on this call, and it is just a case of, when do we start? Why? Well, the first 3 steps have been great at creating that positioning, that relationship, dealing with objections. So this becomes just a, by the way, it is just getting them in. And then I wrote up here 4 steps, okay? But there's one step, one most important step, and this is what differentiates us as a company from everybody else. You must, whatever happens, you must, number 5, step number 5, deliver with excellence. Deliver with excellence. This right here is the most important step. Now, why? All your future business is dependent on how well you deliver right now. What you do right now to deliver an amazing, amazing experience. So that means that you must develop amazing products. That means you must develop products that actually make a difference to people. I don't care what it is you do, whether you sell dog perfume, whether you do, you get bats out of a house, whether you're a consultant for whatever. I don't care what it is, whatever you do, please, if you want to grow your business and have an indelible mark after you're gone, make sure that creating an amazing service for everybody is the cornerstone of what you do. Because when you do that, everything else will fall in place. I can guarantee you that. When you do that, I still have business right now. People who call me, who heard about me 10 years ago, and they're calling me for things that I don't do anymore. Yesterday, somebody sent me an email, and they're coming after me saying, Coach, I sent you these people. They want public speaking, but you're not responding. And I'm saying, I don't do that stuff anymore because I don't have that time. I am busy serving you guys. I am not in the position where I'm doing the live shows anymore. I'm only going to do those at the end of this year. Why? My pivoting has gotten me to the level where I'm serving people who need something right now that is not just public speaking, but who have a message long term. Okay, so those are the 5 steps right there. And these 5 steps will only work, I hope you're taking notes, will only work if we get the foundation of things in place. Okay, I said to you, it's a bootcamp. I want to give you everything you need for you to be able to what? To start your business. So what are those things? Number 1, you got to have clarity. You got to have clarity of, number 1, you have dedicated yourself. You're going to be an amazing coach, consultant, speaker, and who you're going to serve. This is where you discuss things like clarity of who you're going to serve, your niche, what your offer is, and what solution you bring to the table. That is what clarity is about, because without clarity, it doesn't matter. Without clarity of who you're serving, what the problem is, what your offer is, then it doesn't matter. You cannot be able to build a great business without clarity. Number 2 is focus. This one is one of those things that I have learned along the way. Okay, I've been around a long time and I've failed so many times. And every time I realized why I'm not where I'm supposed to be is because of lack of focus. What does that mean? One product at a time. I don't care who you are, what you do, you must understand that where focus goes, energy goes. Where energy goes, you get results. Pick one thing, and until you make it amazingly excellent, and you're making 150, 250, 300K from it, you cannot go away from that product. Oh, Coach, I'm an entrepreneur. I do all this. Okay, if you're an entrepreneur, you still have to start with one product. I'll tell you, you guys have heard the story, okay? Bill Gates and Warren Buffett, okay, are with their folk, with their fathers, and then I think it was Bill Gates' father asks both of them at the same time, long time ago. He asked them, guys, what is the secret to your success? And without talking to each other, simultaneously, they all say the word focus. It's the same thing here. Your focus, guys, there's nothing as beautiful as finding a focused coach who is focused on one thing, providing an amazing solution. It's amazing. When you find these people, by the way, they're like in Zen, okay? They don't have too much going on, but they deliver an amazing result. That is what I want for you. And then, of course, apart from you focus on one product, then ultimately is execution. Taking action, guys. This right here is what will make this happen. This right here is what will make this happen. Because if you do this, you have the discipline to know this is what I'm doing. You are focusing on one product. You're executing like crazy and making this happen. The opportunity is amazing. You will be the kind of person who's making things happen in your business. You will be the people who are posting things like, you know what, I just helped so-and-so make this amount. I helped so-and-so make this amount. Why? Because that is what it takes, okay? So with this offer, guys, with this in place, okay, the most important thing you need to care about is why you and why now. And every time I tell people the opportunity of what we got to do, the same things keep coming up, okay? Oh, I still need another certificate. No, you don't, okay? As a matter of fact, it's not another certificate. It is you taking action. Now, of course, if your niche needs, you know, a certificate or you to do a certain kind of education, then fine. If you need to be, you know, assessed in a certain way, then fine. Otherwise, no, it is not another certificate. You don't need a coaching certificate. You don't need to go and do masters in coaching. No, what you need to do is what? Take action. Start right now, okay? The next one usually is, why should you care about this? Number one, if you're like me, you care about the people that look up to you. You probably have a family. You probably have a wife and a husband and children. You probably have a community that you want to make a difference to. Now, if you really, really care about them, then you must understand that it is your duty to do what you have to do. But you can't do it unless you build a situation where you have some money, where you have the ability to do certain things for them. It has been said, you cannot sustain the message if you're broke. That's why I keep telling guys, if you're not making offers, if you're not doing what you have to do to make something happen, then we're in trouble. So it is not a case of it is not the right timing. No, it is your obligation. You know you got to do it. So it has nothing to do with timing. It has everything to do with decision. You saying, you know what, I am done. I'm sick and tired of not being able to help. I'm sick and tired of looking at the people that I love, not being able to provide for them. I'm tired of looking at my bank account every 15th and it is gone. The reason why you should care is also not just because it is your obligation, but because it is what? Easier than it has ever been. Easier than it has ever been. Why? You don't need much. You know, do you know how many people waste so much time on the logo and the website and the brochure and all these things? And yet you actually, listen, to start this business and begin to book your first, second, third client, you do not need any of those. When is the last time you bought something because somebody gave you a business card and you love their logo? No, you actually need a few things, and this is what I'm going to be talking about tomorrow. What are the things that you need for you to be able to accelerate your business? What are the tools? What are those things that can help you to begin to close your business immediately and start getting clients in, okay? So why should you care? Number one, it is easier. Number two, it is your obligation, okay? Okay. Number three, you deserve it, and I'll tell you why. There's no reason why you're here unless you actually believe you deserve it. The reason you're here is some part of you deserves for you to break out of the old way of saying, oh, you can't be a coach, you can't do this. Look, there's 7.6 billion people on the planet. Somebody out there could learn from you. Somebody out there needs your message. Somebody out there is waiting for you to put up your hand and say, I can help you. That's why you deserve it. That's why you got to do what you got to do. Now, some of you, oh, you know what? Maybe I don't have the money right now. It's not money. It's your ability to understand that you must make an investment in your mind, in your life. And all these, I want to tell you that there's only one important word. It's a choice. It is not where you were born. It's not your environment. It's not who cast you. It's not which school you didn't go to. It's not, no. You have to make a choice that now is the time for you to step out. Now is the time for you to do what you have to do. Now is the time for you to say, you know what? I've had enough. I can actually do this. I am actually going to do this. I'm going to put my head down. Sometimes I tell people, yesterday I told one of my clients, close the doors, get your phone, give it to the neighbor, let them go on holiday and concentrate on your business. And then 30 days later, tell me what happens. Why? I know that if you do that, everything else will fall in place. I know it. And yes, you might say, oh, will it work for me? It doesn't matter. It has worked for a witch doctor. Hello. It has worked for a medicine woman. It has worked for a chicken guy. It has worked for some lady who used to sell mattresses. Of course it will work for you. You just have to understand the process. You just have to understand what it is that you have to put in. Now, what you get when you begin to do this stuff. Number one, before and after. The after is that there is this thing called what? Freedom. Okay. Number two, you have something called access to information, to resources. Peace of mind. That you can wake up one day doing what you love to do and not worry about the business, not worry about the school fees, not worry about, no, you've looked after those things. You've looked after your parents. You've built a house for them. You're able to actually make a difference to your community. You know, I've got one of my friends and we always keep saying, we have come a long way. You need to be able to go to the restaurant and look at the menu and not look at the right-hand side. Choose what you want without looking on the right-hand side to see whether you can afford it or not. Peace of mind. What else? What else do you get after you take action, after you decide that, you know what, I am going to take this opportunity because it is important. Why? Because you deserve it. Why? Because it is your time. Why? Because if you want something so bad, it is never a case of resources. It is a case of being resourceful. If you believe so much in your message and you know that there is a system that can help you, all you got to do is have the faith to do something about it. Now, I know some of you have been who on here, you've been procrastinating for so long. I want to become, but no, maybe not. Or you're already a coach like me. You're famous. You know all these things, but you're broke. You have a book, but you're broke. Or, you know, you have all these things you've done, but you're still broke. Yes, I know it. I appreciate where you are. I know where you've been. But guess what? When I started out, I was like you. I used to think it was about me. You guys have no idea. When I started out, I used to wear big collared shirts. I used to walk around like, you know, damn, boy, was I impatient. But guess what? Slowly but surely, the world balanced me out. But most importantly, I learned what it takes. I learned what is important. Now, I also know that many people out there are fatigued. You've had so much. You know, everybody's a coach right now. Okay. And I can tell you in 5-10 years time, there's going to be a lot of people going back to work. Or there's even some of you right here and your one foot is in work, one foot is in starting a business. And I know why there is fatigue, because people are complicating it so that they can have some significance. No, it is simple. You actually don't even need a website to do any of this stuff. And yes, people are so impatient. Okay. I have all these guys on my calls and they're impatient. Coach, we haven't made a sale. We haven't made a sale. I said, have you done the work? Have you nurtured? Have you positioned? How many calls have you put out today? By the way, how long have you been in business? Oh, 3 weeks. Oh, and all of a sudden what? You want $1 million quid? It doesn't work like that. But what is important is find somebody who has been there. Find somebody. Look, I was in a position until I met, you know, and I have had a mentor who has been with me for many, many years. Okay. I met him, then we lose touch, and then I meet him again. Every time I have conversation with Jeff, he completely changes the way I'm thinking. Okay. Let me just sort out my, my makeshift. There you go. Every time I have a conversation with him, I leave and my head is spinning, but it always takes me to the next level. What else? The before and after. There's nothing as beautiful as having the ability to say no and not apologize. To say no because you know that it is not good for you. Most importantly, it doesn't matter what other people are going to say. The ability to be able to build on your terms. Most importantly, the impact, guys, the impact. This is what you get when you take this opportunity of becoming a great coach. This is what you get when you begin to build trust with the people that you serve. This is what you get: the freedom, the access, the peace of mind, you living a life on your terms, the impact. Most importantly, most of you have got a dream to leave something beyond you. You know, every time I'm reminded by my mentor, you have children, Phill. What are those children going to do when you're gone? It's not what you tell them. It is a monkey see, monkey do. Yes, I will speak to my kids. Yes, I will do, but they will see. My ultimate dream, goal, desire is that my grandchildren can say, we are better off because Grandpa Phill was able to step up with courage the way you're going to step up and do something amazing. That is why the most important part of all this is you understanding that it is only you who can make a difference. This whole thing that we're talking about is about you having the courage to say, you know what? I am in charge. I am the one. It's a choice. And every day you're making that choice about life. And every day you choose mediocrity or make something happen. You choose, do I work on my business or do I go and waste time? Every day you're making a choice. What do you decide to do? Now, some few things that I want to leave with you in today's video. Number one, don't overthink it, okay? Number two, I was watching one guy who has had a lot of success. He has had over 20 billion views on YouTube. And they asked him, what is the number one most important thing for videos to happen? And he said, authenticity. Be yourself. Show up as yourself. Don't try to be somebody else. For a long time, I wanted to be Les Brown. And then I wanted to be Jeff Semagana. And then I wanted to be Tony Robbins. You know, everybody that I went to attend, I wanted to be like them. And then I realized, damn, just be yourself. And when I was myself, then all of a sudden I started to attract the right people into my life. I am saying to you, be yourself. Just be yourself. Take action. Be courageous enough to say, I'm going to do something about my life and I'm going to show up the way I am. If you like me, great. If you don't like me, peace. It's okay. Okay, so I am going to be doing, by the way, this is a four video series. Okay, every video I'm going to show you something that takes you to the next one. The next video is going to be about giving you what exact steps you have to do, what exact tools you have to use. Most importantly, how this business can transform your life forever. Okay, I'm going to be sharing with you some case studies, but most importantly, what different people have done. It doesn't matter what industry, what different people have done to make things happen for themselves. So before we end this, number one, I am going to be answering all your questions. I want you to stay around and answer as many questions as possible. Number two, give me something in the chat box. Go to the Facebook group. You guys know the Facebook group, Growth Hackers. Go in there. Let us discuss what you've learned today. Most important, I want you to remember that you are in charge. You are in charge. So share this, whatever you do, go tell somebody about it. Let's have more people here tomorrow. Next video is going to be about exact tools, guys, of how to scale. Okay, and most importantly, how your life will be transformed, because I'll be showing with you some case studies of what actually makes a difference in this industry. All right, so I don't know about you, but it's always an honor, pleasure to come and share with you guys. I hope this was useful. I will see if there's any questions out there. I need to take action. No money needed to start. Absolutely, it's not about money. Well done, Sonia. Awesome, thanks, Coach. Any other questions? Balix, do you have any questions out there? If there's no questions, hey, guess what? It has been an honor. I want you to share this with somebody. I want you to, most importantly, write down what you're going to have to do. All right. Right now, never ever, you know, this, I learned this long time ago from Tony Robbins. Never leave a place where you've learned something without writing down what you're going to do and taking action. If you need to call somebody right now because you know that it is time to take courage, to have courage. If you need to start, you know, to call your website guy. If you need, I don't care what it is. Before you leave wherever you're at, take action right now. Okay, I am guaranteeing you it will make such a big difference going forward. You will thank me later. Do not live where you are until you've, number one, written one thing you're going to do, and do something right now, because you will begin the process of creation. You'll begin the process of momentum. And before you know it, in 30, 60, 90 days, we shall be having a different conversation. So until tomorrow, where I go deep, I break it down, I give you everything. Most importantly, I tell you exactly what happened at the hospital when I was told the bill, because I haven't told you how much it was. Okay. When I was told how much, that was a different kind of feeling that I got then. Okay. I will be sharing all that tomorrow. So until then, I want you to know that, yes, you, number one, I believe in you. Number two, I know deep down inside that you have the ability to live life on your terms. Until tomorrow.